is my Bubbies kitchen, and we call it my Bubbies kitchen because my grandbabies, Lukey, Zachy, Aiden, and Leo, come here to eat all their favorite food. And today, we're eating Lemony Garlicy Shrimp over Linguini. Lemony Garlicy Shrimp over Linguini, the best. A really quick, easy weekday meal. You're gonna love this. Of course, we're gonna start with linguini. We've got the juice and the zest of 2 lemons. If that's too much for you, you go down to 1, but for us, it's perfect. We've got parsley, 6 cloves of garlic, anchovy paste, secret ingredient in the background. Of course, we have shrimp, salt and pepper, breadcrumbs, I'll show you that later, and a controversial ingredient, pecorino romano cheese. I know, you're not supposed to use cheese on fish, but we love it, and it tastes great. This is so fast, you won't believe it. I've already got my pot of water getting ready to boil so that I can put my linguini in. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna make a breadcrumb topping. People didn't use cheese on top of fish and macaroni years ago, but we like both. They used to just use this breadcrumb topping. It's delicious, it's fast, it's easy. While the water is coming to the boil, you do everything. I have about a cup of breadcrumbs here. I'm going to put some grated pecorino romano cheese. I know, but it makes everything taste so much better. Some salt. Not too much because we have the cheese. Freshly ground pepper. This comes together very quickly. Once it starts to turn a little golden brown, you want to get it right out of the pan. It's a little humid today, so the breadcrumbs didn't all come out of the bowl. I always put salt in the water for the macaroni, but I never put the salt in until the water comes to a full boil. I heard that the reason you don't do that is because it will pit the bottom of your pan if you put the salt in too early. So just let the salt come to a full boil before you put in your salt. Let the water come to a full boil before you put in your salt. See you in 2 minutes. Okay, I've been moving these breadcrumbs around in the pan. You can see they're starting to get toasty and brown. It's going to happen very quickly now. As soon as it starts to turn color, see how it's darker now? All right. We're going to get it right into the bowl. This is perfect. This is exactly where I want it to be. It's a little messy, but it's definitely worth it. Stir it around. My water is starting to boil. I'm going to add my salt. I know it seems like a lot of salt, but macaroni loves salt. So make sure your water is nice and salty. Now I'm going to drop my spaghetti. My water is really boiling. I have a pound of spaghetti. Linguini, actually. I'm using linguini. The nice thing about this pan is that the spaghetti, the macaroni, the linguini, the long macaroni, however you want to call it, fits right in. I want to stir it. And I want to bring it right back to the boil, so I'll cover it again. No oil in the water, nothing in the water except salt.
Okay.
The linguini has been boiling for about 5 minutes. It needs approximately 10 minutes, so I'm going to start making the shrimp sauce. I want to heat up my pan. This takes no time at all. No time at all. Little olive oil. I dried my shrimp. These are actually frozen shrimp. I buy frozen shrimp all the time because sometimes I'll just come home from work and I'm not sure what I'm gonna make. At the last minute, I pull the shrimp out. I always have linguini in the house, garlic, lemons. The parsley was actually from my freezer. I buy parsley, cut it up, put it right in the freezer. I'm going to cook the shrimp. And then I'm going to take it out of the pan and make the rest of the sauce because I don't want to overcook my shrimp. If I put the garlic in first, it will burn. So I always like to get my shrimp done first. I don't like a lot of oil in the beginning, so I'll just spread it around. You can see that the shrimp is starting to turn pink, and that's when you'll turn it. Give my spaghetti a stir. Linguini. Keep calling my linguini spaghetti today. I'm sorry. There we go. If you overcook the shrimp, it will really taste rubbery. It won't just have that nice shrimp feel in your mouth. So you definitely don't want to do that. I was a waitress for many years. So French service. I'm so happy I learned how to do this. It makes cooking so much easier. The shrimp is raw here. That you don't want. It's really important to have everything prepared in advance, because that way, when it goes so quickly, you never get stuck. Shrimp is starting to become opaque. Can't see through it. That's what you want. Just another minute. Back in its bowl. Now for the sauce. We're going to use some anchovy paste. Now you might think to yourself, I don't like anchovies. You're not going to taste them, I promise. But it's going to give a really nice, kind of salty backbite. It just dissolves right into the sauce. It's like a tablespoon. It'll dissolve right into the oil. You won't even know it's there. Get our garlic in. Garlic only has to cook about 30 seconds to a minute. Definitely don't want to burn your garlic. Got our lemon juice. Our lemon zest. Parsley. Always salt and pepper. Not too much salt because of the anchovy. Little pasta water. The starches in the pasta water will pull everything together. I want to taste the sauce, see if it's seasoned well. That's good. Nice and lemony. Check the pasta. Perfect. We're going to move the pasta right into the sauce. It's a little bit more than al dente, the linguine, but that's good because I want it to cook in the sauce. Just a little bit more, a couple of minutes. If your sauce is too dry, there's not enough sauce, you can always add some more pasta water. Back goes my shrimp with all the shrimpy juices. I love this pan. There's enough room for everything to sit in the juice. The shrimp are cooked beautifully. One more ladle of pasta water. All right. Another taste. It's really good. Really, really good. Make sure my spaghetti, my linguine is done. We're ready to eat. The best part, eating. Now, lemony garlicky shrimp over linguine is a really tough name to remember. It describes the dish for sure, but the reason we call it a different name is because of James. I guess because I was working full-time and I was just preparing the same meal every day. Monday I'd have sauce, Tuesday I would have pork, Wednesday I would have something else. James, after a couple of weeks, said, I'm tired of pork, I don't want pork anymore. So I started making this dish. And I guess I made it a couple of Tuesdays in a row. And so James is like, what is this? The new pork? And so we actually call this dish the new pork. But that wouldn't mean anything to you if I put it on YouTube that way. So that's why we call it lemony garlicky shrimp over linguine. Now, we have our breadcrumbs. We definitely want to be generous with those. They're delicious. Nice and golden brown. They actually browned a little bit more in the bowl while they were waiting. Controversial, I know, but Pecorino Romano cheese. Let's taste. Not supposed to use a spoon to twirl either, but it's so much easier this way. Why not? That's really good. Try shrimp. Pound of pasta, pound of shrimp, some lemon. You're in business.